So there's this video online of this like the soccer player in England, and like he meets this teacher that was the first positive male influence in his life that he thought was dead. Have you seen that one?
I haven't, but I love positive male figures in people's lives. It's one of my favorite things.
Well, the soccer player looks at him and he's like, "I thought you died." Like,
you're an HIV positive male figure in people's lives.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I got it from you.
Right, Joe? You like that?
Devin cuts his asshole up and then hits the stops because he's a bug chaser.
I always have sex with an open wound.
Yeah, it's the only way.
It's actually,
They call him Rawhide Dev.
I demand it. I'll cut myself before we start having sex.
You can't even come if you don't have that.
Yeah. I can't cut.
You're a sick puppy, buddy.
I gotta let some steam out. And by that I mean HIV positive blood. At the stops. No, so what we were talking about crying because John is a big fat retard, and he was supposed to pick Joey up after work and bring him here. Yeah. And John just shows up and he's like, "Where's Joey?" And I go, "What do you said you were picking him up?" So John forgot. He had to go back and get Joey, and so I was sitting around the studio waiting, and I went down one of these like YouTube rabbit holes where you guys ever seen these videos where it's like these adopted kids ask their dad to finally adopt them, like fully. Like,
well, you told us that we showed up and you just finished crying.
Yeah, he was really red.
I literally was crying 5 minutes ago.
You have like tears in your eyes.
Yeah,
were you dripping? Or
no, it wasn't dripping. It was it was watery. It was watery.
I like that.
But it's I love that shit. I love little like fake emotion.
Well, turn it on. Let's see what you cried about.
You want to see what I was crying at? Dude, these things are fucking gorgeous.
Let's both try to cry.
These people out here.
I'll try to cry.
Let's all try to cry.
It was this like guy in like Huntington Beach, and his family wanted.
He's like, dude, when you voted for Trump, Dad, that was like my favorite thing.
Guy adoption papers.
I'm expecting Devin to start typing "guy" in the search bar, and it's like guy fucks other man in the ass.
So here's one I didn't even watch. This is Marine surprises stepdaughter with adoption papers.
Oh shit!
I want to see the one that you cried at.
Oh, the one I cried at. I cried at God. This is a whole industry. Of course, they've had to monetize this industry.
Son admitting to father he's gay. Devin's like, really
yeah.
That's what I cried to, and I wrote in the comments from an anonymous account, like, God, that's beautiful. I'm trying to build up the courage.
You texted it to your dad from like a burner phone.
I texted to my dad. I go, Dad, I know you hate queers, but your son is one of them.
An autistic, non-speaking.
There's so many of them. I can't even find the one I was crying at.
Look at the history.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, hold on.
You know what gets me emotional as a man?
That is watching Devin not know how to use a computer.
That, number one. Number two is you ever watch Metallica live in the Soviet Union?
No.
All right,
dude, that shit makes me cry.
Let's cry at that next.
Yeah.
Metallica what?
Live in the Soviet Union. Like, the Soviet Union just fell, and like Metallica went in and did a concert, and like everyone's there, and they love America.
Look at this. Look at this.
You got to put it on the
I will.
TV.
I will. Hold on. Yeah. So this is a.
What, are you going to fast forward it? What's going on?
Well, yeah, because they give him like a book. They never quite know him immediately. So this is this dude. His kids gave him like a little like picture book for his birthday, and I think he's about.
Seems like a good dad.
I want to see one of these videos where they do this, and the dad is like, no. What are you kidding me? I've already raised you.
Right.
No, I'm not going to be legally fucking binded to you.
He does like the Maury Povich, I'm not the father dance.
Yeah,
he's doing backflips to the living room.
I want one where the dad is like, what do you think you're going to be in my will? Huh? Yeah. You're not my blood.
He goes, nice try, you little scam artist.
Yeah.
Fuck, get out.
I'm a good person, so I take you to school and shit, but what are you, a fucking scam artist?
Let's take the trash out, you little queer.
Take the trash out. And he goes, and throw these papers in it. All right, so look at it. See, he's already getting steamy. And the kids are all happy. Look at the kid on his shoulder. It's beautiful.
Yeah, this shit would. I would.
All right, I'm gonna try to cry. Nobody be funny. I'm gonna try to cry.
All right, okay. This isn't even the one that made me cry. This is the third one I watched.
So you get there first.
Get to the. She's all excited because this little girl wants him to get to the paperwork because she is a money-minded maniac.
She's crying.
Next.
Tearing up.
I'm excited.
You should do your dance.
That was a good dance.
Oh,
Great dance.
come on, keep going, keep going. Get to the papers.
And there you
The paperwork just says that he's being deported.
You have a picture.
Trying to cry, but
Trying
I
to cry,
can't.
retard. Shut up.
I can't cry.
It's hard.
He's about to cry. Joe, you're telling me you're tougher than a black guy?
Jesus, Joey just spit out his Zen.
You think you're tougher than black people?
You know what?
That's actually after you think you're smarter than a fifth grader. You think you're
Are you
tougher than
smarter than a
black
fifth
guys?
grader? Are you tougher than a black
That
guy?
would be the coolest show ever.
It's a bunch of white guys.
Just a regular suburban black guy. They have to be tougher than.
Nah, it's like Wiz Khalifa.
He's wearing
How
a
was I
Flyers
supposed to help? I
hat.
can't pick myself up.
Get to the paperwork.
Just relax.
Twisted ankle.
Well, we're running a show here,
Yeah.
Johnny.
Thank
Let him
you.
have a moment. You know?
All right.
I'm acting like it's actually happening.
Here we go. Now comes the paperwork, I think. Oh man. Look at him.
I'm not even close to crying, to be honest.
Got me.
I think I was just tearing up because I forgot to blink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at him. Maybe one of the purest moments in America.
Do you?
One of the only pure moments that anybody could have.
It's really nice.
Imagine liking some little disgusting little fucks that they didn't even come out of your balls, and you fucking still
I think
care that
that
much.
kid did.
I don't
'Cause
know.
He looks kind of black.
Well, they're both kind of black.
And all the pictures were of her.
They both look kind of black.
Yeah, 400
I want to adopt a black kid.
I wanted to
Force him
adopt.
to play basketball and shit.
I wanted to adopt a Chinese kid and a black kid
Force
and
him
name
to
one
rap.
Carter and one Lee.
I've always wanted to get like Serena Williams pregnant, and
Yeah.
then so I'd have like these legendary genetics in my family.
Yeah.
And they'd be great athletes. They'd be tall as fuck. They'd be fuck machines.
Maybe
Yeah.
Raging alcoholics. Continue.
Well, that's probably why she wouldn't be interested.
I've always wanted to
tell her?
adopt. I've always wanted to adopt like an Irish kid and like make him like drink with me.
That would be
He's
fun.
like 13 and I'm just forcing him to drink.
Yeah, we should adopt like a 17-year-old Irishman.
Let's just adopt a drinking buddy.
Exactly. And then like it's like we have him in 1 year he's gonna turn 18 and you're like, hey, you're an adult now.
Yeah, you're an adult.
We just got hammered for a year. Like, all right.
All right. Toodaloo.
You
Toodaloo,
gotta go
Seamus.
to college now or something,
Have a
right?
good life, Seamus. Thanks for the memories, but I'm pretty lonely. I'm a pretty lonely adult and I like to drink.
This was probably weird for you, wasn't it?
I imagine this was weird for you. It might have felt like you were raped alcoholically, but yeah, right? Come on. I mean, I don't know. I had no intention of getting into this. It was just I was waiting for you guys, and YouTube just pops up weird shit, and I clicked on it.
Well, I can't believe you cried at that. It was sweet.
I didn't cry at this video. I cried at a few others.
Okay.
You just have you have a cold heart.
Devin
I
cried
cry
at the white
sometimes.
I cry very easily.
You cry very,
one. I
very
cry
easily.
really easily too.
Yeah.
I'm a crier. It's a
Dev-
known.
Devin
known
cries
thing.
and like hugs you and stuff.
Everyone that knows me knows that I cry.
I remember still the day, I hate to bring it up, but when Kobe Bryant died, we all came rushing over to this house.
I've never cried more in
Yeah.
my life.
I was at brunch and I remember all the TVs in the restaurant. It was like a sports brewery.
Yeah.
All of them turned to Kobe Bryant's death, and then everyone was like, "Oh wow, that sucks." And I was like George Bush while reading the story.
Somebody like whispered.
Somebody whispered like, "You gotta go to Devin's house." real
Yeah.
quick." I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, it was insane. It felt exactly like a wake.
Yeah.
Like when somebody actually, like, let's say like your cousin dies or something. You go to the wake, same exact energy as when Kobe Bryant died at Devin's house.
No,
was
honestly,
insane.
it was.
Yeah.
That was a lifetime. I mean, that was the most surreal thing that ever. Obviously, when Jack died, it was a lot harder because it was somebody I actually knew and loved. But Kobe was like represented like a 18-year period of my life. Like it felt like my entire childhood was killed.
Right. No, you were like a depressed kid, and Kobe Bryant was like one of the only things like keeping you.
Like I'm not kidding.
being
like,
a shooter.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
actually, like I put everything into him in a in a oddly like neurodivergent way. Like
Psychosocial
it was a
relationship,
it was a psychosocial relationship. It was he was everything to me, and so Yeah, and I actually thought he was like immortal. Like I used to even say, and kids in school used to make fun of me. They used to like when they wanted to fuck with me, they'd be like, "Dude, what if Kobe dies?" Like they would say shit like that, you know. And yeah, my whole identity was Kobe.
Well, he was also doing a lot of cool shit in retirement.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I was, you know, I didn't really know anything about Kobe Bryant until I started living with you, and then like I was like, wow, this guy's actually like a living legend, and it was kind of exciting to see, like being from LA. I was kind of excited to see like this like. He's like the last king of LA. It's like see him like see what he
runs
does
the
now.
city. He ran the city. He made LA feel working class.
Yeah.
Like somebody that brilliant being, you know, playing for the Lakers for 20 years. Like it made people it made us feel prideful of somebody like that. You know, he was like what we looked to.
Well, it's like they got rid of all the Cesar Chavez memorials and they got replaced by Kobe Bryant memorials. You know what I mean? Like you can't walk 6 blocks in the city without seeing a fucking Kobe Bryant memorial, and there's no graffiti on any of them.
That's the way it should be. Exactly. Yeah. They don't fuck.
They
with
don't
that.
fuck with Kobe.
Yeah. No. I mean, I'm still. I want to give the Crips Ari Shafir's location like every day. I'd love.
Just give the Aryan Brotherhood.
Love just well, they don't like Kobe. He's white. But yeah, anyway, it's just that was a terrible day, worst day ever. But
I had a good time on that day.
you brought me great flowers. You bought me Lakers colored flowers.
Me and I was living with Richie at the time.
Yeah.
And we heard, and we're like, oh, guess we're going over to Devan's. And we stopped to get, like, beer, I think. And then we saw there was a flower stand, and we got purple and yellow Lakers colored flowers.
You got them before everybody else bought them.
Yeah, and I wanted to get a black mamba, the snake, like an actual snake.
Give me a snake. Give me a point. You wanted to buy me the most deadly snake.
$4,000 in the world from Sudan.
And I wanted to scare him with it in a briefcase full of cash.
Like Kill Bill?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was a crazy day. I have never been hit up by more people ever, other than that. Like, honestly, that day I got hit up by people I hadn't seen in 15 years. That was how ingrained my identity was with Kobe.
Right.
Like, I was being DM'd by people that I hadn't talked to in literally 15 years.
Like, people remember, like, the first thought that they had was like, oh, Devan in high school or whatever.
Everyone knew
this.
Everyone saw that and they were like, that's horrible, you know, for the family and everything, but they were also like, holy shit, that guy I met 13 years ago, he might kill himself.
I think you were probably sadder than some of Kobe Bryant's real family.
I probably was.
Yeah.
He meant absolutely everything to me.
Yeah, he has a second cousin somewhere.
He was the most consistent figure in my life.
I think Devan was sadder than first cousins.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And maybe even like
Brothers?
maybe his mom.
Oh, damn. What's his mom's name, dude?
Kobe's mom?
Yeah.
I don't know her. I think it's Joy. It's Joy.
Damn.
Let's look it up. Pretty sure it's Joy. Kobe's mom's name.
I remember when Mike D'Antoni got rehired, and
Yes.
I remember I was laying in my bed.
Who's Mike D'Antoni?
Pam. Fuck, I fucked it up. It's
Hey,
Pam.
it's okay, buddy.
Kobe's fucking rolling over in his grave right
Mike
Birthday's
D'Antoni
August
got rehired.
23rd, though. It's 9 days after mine.
Fine.
It's 3 days
Fine.
after mine, bro.
Well, that's
John's is
goddamn it.
closer, dude.
You don't
John's
deserve.
closer,
You don't
bro.
deserve that.
Yeah, I remember Mike D'Antoni got rehired, and I remember like waking up to.
Who is Mike D'Antoni?
He was
Mike D'Antoni was the guy that ruined Kobe's career. He overplayed him because he was a shitty coach that benched Pau Gasol and made Pau shoot threes, and the Lakers sucked, and so Kobe had to play a bunch to get them into the
is this
playoffs,
a bad
and he
coach?
tore his Achilles trying to get them into the playoffs.
So Phil Jackson left or something, and this guy took over.
Phil Jackson left a while ago. They hired a bunch of shitty coaches like Mike Brown and shit. They were gonna rehire Phil Jackson finally, and it was all gonna like finally work out. But the Jim Buss, the little shitty kid, the son of Jerry Buss's son, who thought he had it all figured out, didn't want Phil to get the credit for the Lakers' success because everyone knows, if Phil comes on, it'll work. He didn't want that to happen. He wanted to make like a new move where he's going to get the credit. Like, no, we need to be fast paced.
He wanted to look like a hero.
Yeah, so he hired Mike D'Antoni, who's an idiot who has never had a team that plays any defense, and his teams will never go anywhere. And so he hired that guy. That guy.
Why didn't
kept
Kobe
failing.
just be like, "Hey, fuck off, D'Antoni"? Like,
Kobe was going to leave, wasn't he?
why didn't Why didn't Kobe just be like?
Kobe demanded a trade in 2007.
Oh, that's right.
But that, and then they got him help. They got him Powell. They traded for Powell and everything.
Why wouldn't Kobe just be like, "Hey guys, I know D'Antoni's the coach, but let's just do like."
Well, here was the weird problem.
Well, Kobe's a team player.
Kobe
right?
looked up to D'Antoni as a kid. D'Antoni was one of his favorite players as a kid because he was from Italy. D'Antoni played for the Italian team.
Right.
So Kobe had a lot of respect for D'Antoni. So it was one of those things where it was like, yeah, it wasn't the right move, but he was like trying his best to be like, okay, all right, let's try. We'll try this.
Yeah.
Also, Kobe wasn't. This is the new age where they'll just ruin the whole team over like being upset over one issue. Kobe wasn't like that. It was just like, okay, this is the army I'm with. But yeah, so Jim Buss called. Phil Jackson thought he had the job. It was like pretty much done. They thought it was done. Jim Buss called him at midnight to tell him he didn't get the job. So that's obviously like he was obviously very like personally. He had some personal resentment.
Sure.
And told him he didn't get the job, and then gave it to D'Antoni, and then the rest is history. The team was terrible. Kobe played one of the greatest seasons of his entire career in 2013.
You can't bring up Kobe around.
The whole podcast is gonna be this.
Well, the thing is I just remember he got rehired, and I woke up to Devan. I literally thought Devan had suffered a terrific, like a horrible accident.
Oh
like
shit! You were living with me when that happened.
I was living with you, and I remember you. I thought you were in pain, like you had accidentally cut yourself or something.
Yeah, I was in my room
screaming in pain.
I remember hearing about this because I guess this is what I heard is this is just what people were saying at the time.
Yeah.
Ida heard first.
She wasn't around then.
I don't know. That was Kobe's death.
It was Kobe's death.
What the fuck? What are you talking about?
This is way before
when D'Antoni got hired over Phil Jackson,
okay.
and I
Devin's
knew
30
it
days.
was fucked. If they hired if they hired Phil, Kobe would have 6 rings. Kobe would have 6 championships right now. Also, if they didn't fucking veto the Chris Paul trade. There's a lot of things that happened near the end of Kobe's career that were also devastating and tragic, and he shouldn't have gone through. But he did his best. But D'Antoni got hired. They sucked. Kobe had to play every fucking game, every minute. He was like 34 years old. His
What's
body
Kobe's
was
favorite color?
Purple and gold.
Perfect. Great answer. Great answer.
Gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
now we have to cut you off.
Kobe. Let's move off Kobe. Why don't we get to this? Joey and I were recently on, and John, we were on a Ted Kaczynski live stream. And whatever that means.
What a weird sentence.
Joey, why don't you explain what was going on for a second?
Yeah, so Ben Avery hit me up and was like...
The great Ben Avery.
He messages me and goes... This guy has been trying to get me on a show for a long time, and I just haven't really been responding to it. But he now just sent me this thing. They're doing a Ted Kaczynski episode tomorrow. And then he goes, do you want to come on with me? Because he knows that I am sort of fascinated by Ted Kaczynski.
You're not sort of. You've almost devoted your entire life to Ted Kaczynski.
What are you talking about?
I mean, you've been willing to ruin this podcast. You've been willing to ruin your life over Ted Kaczynski. And bombs.
Joey loves 2 things.
You're obsessed with bombs. You're like a kid with a rubber ducky. Like if I was your father, I would throw you a fake bomb in the bathtub to be like, play with this, Joey.
Right. No, that's a perfect way to describe it. I like bombs in the same way that like a kid likes monster trucks.
Or like cowboys and Indians. Yeah. You're obsessed with bombs.
He's the P.T. Barnum of fucking bomb
threats. You love
threats.
bomb makers.
It's
You're
cool
a big fan of bombs.
I like true crime stuff, and I like technology and bombers. It's just like a great combo. It's like the criminals that are brilliant, and they're great with technology, and they make really high-tech things to kill people. I think it's fascinating. I don't know. I'd love it.
It is fascinating to be able to kill that many people with one boom.
Sometimes it's 2 or 3.
It's a couple booms sometimes.
A little diesel and some tannerite. Mixed it together, you have a little party.
No, I mean, like, nobody on Earth says the word tannerite more than you. That isn't up to anything.
Right.
You're not doing anything, but you say tannerite. I feel like tannerite comes out of your mouth all week.
I'd say it a lot.
We're walking to the gym, and you're just talking about tannerite.
Yeah, but so Ben hits me up and he's like, hey, you do want to do this? And so Ben just was like, I'll do your show, but Joey has to come on too.
Right.
And the guy was just like, sure, like, yeah, whatever you want. So
well, you're also becoming famed in the Lemon Party world. You're becoming
on Lemon
a figure.
Party, that you guys told a couple of stories about me, and so I'm sort of there's like a lore.
Yes.
On Lemon Party.
I'm trying to make you famous, buddy.
I appreciate it. But so.
Not you, John.
No, I'm good.
You need to do more pranks. You don't do enough pranks.
But
I'm gonna start doing bombs. Start molesting kids.
I'll make you.
You're like you guys are on Lemon Party going like, dude, John, our friend John is a crazy.
Our
child
friend John
molester.
is fucking
always
crazy,
at
dude.
playground.
You think Joey's crazy? Joey like calling in bomb threats. John's a pedophile.
But so Ben, I agreed to do it. I asked the guy for how do I call into this thing. And then Devan was over using the gym, and I was like, hey, I got to do this weird Ted Kaczynski show. Like, why don't you just chill? And then John randomly got off work, and he works right down the street, and he just randomly shows up. So Devan and John are just on my couch hanging out, watching The Aviator. And I'm like, hang on, guys. Can we just...
Watching another night.
Yeah.
Classic.
And so I'm like, hey, guys, can we just pause this for a sec? I got to do this fucking stupid show with Ben. But yeah, so we did it, and it ends up being this show where
here's
it's
a couple
guy,
clips.
It's really nice, cool people, but there are two certified geniuses on the show.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the earliest clips that I was trying to look through stuff today. It's a 2-hour live stream, so I didn't get everything, but. So here is when
the kind of changes that Chad was alluding
and
to.
by the way, there's two legitimate geniuses on the stream.
Yeah, so Chad has,
Haig,
I mean, what's Brian's
and
genius?
Brian Cha. They're both. This guy is a math genius. The other guy, Chad Haig, is I don't know. He's just a
Chad
genius.
Haig is he has a master's in some sort of literature masters, and then he's got published books, and he's a Ted Kaczynski expert. And
He's an expert on Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah.
as far as how people
I think this is the first
are,
time you basically speak, Joey. I think I found this.
morphing over time into becoming more or less possessed.
So you
by
get an
the
idea
algorithm.
of it. It's very.
Yeah, I mean,
Ben is on it too. Ben Avery.
I don't know what I'm allowed to say on your YouTube, but I think you speak like an academic, but I'll put it in the layman's terms. Yeah, people are becoming more fucking retarded with every passing day. Yeah.
That's safe.
Damn
That's
right.
safe.
Okay,
Is that a problem?
cool. I mean, yeah, that's the simple way of putting it. Is
Ben bringing
people are
the.
like,
You can see my fist in the lower
astonishing,
corner.
like
I'm rallying that.
Just
Devin
the way
does the
people
black
look.
power fist.
I do the
for
black
retard.
power fist for
when you go
retard.
outside, the way people are starting to devolve.
Guys, I hate
Joey.
because I just and I don't see what's so funny. I don't see quite what's so funny about
I'm
this.
sorry,
thing.
Joey. I'm sorry.
And so no, and the other thing
Hold
is,
on, my dog's barking. 1 second.
yeah, well, so I don't think it's that funny to say retard. In 2023, and I am neurodivergent, and so if you guys could avoid saying retard or faggot while I'm in here.
Now nobody said the F slur. That's
You say both words, but you're offended by it. But you guys, you go, the guy that's like, guys, retard and faggot really offends me. So can you not say retard or faggot?
I also forgot to mention that before the podcast, I had Ben message this guy and be like, "Hey, my friend is like he's on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Please be patient with him." So Ben messaged him and he's like, "Hey, my friend's he's on the spectrum and just please be patient with him." And he's like a weird crypto millionaire.
Right.
That's what Ben said to him. So they
Which
now
is perfect. You do look like a crypto millionaire.
it now later becomes a little bit more clear that I'm trolling them and trying to be funny and stuff. But at this point, they all think that I'm an autistic guy.
Yeah, no, they have to go along with it because of that.
Yeah.
And because they are big fans of Ben.
Yeah.
So they're like, we'll do whatever Ben wants.
Yeah.
one. I think that one should still be safe for YouTube. But anyway, sure, no problem. Don't worry about it. We shall. All right.
Okay,
All right, so
You are acting. You do a good job of acting neurodiverse.
Yeah, I was trying to act sort of. I was
acting.
doing a character.
Yeah, you acted pretty retarded throughout.
For the board here. Is that okay, Lev?
Go for it.
Ben got the Zevia.
My question is, why didn't Ted Kaczynski just move to some third world shithole where they?
Whoa.
Do you have another clip?
Let's be fair here, Chad.
Yeah, I have more clips. So then, there was I believe this segment. At one point, I start playing with a sword. Mm-hmm. Joey has a sword, and I think I start playing with it. I can't tell if that's this clip or John and I started. We decided to take our shirts off and wrestle.
Yeah.
In the back of this thing, and that was a pretty wacky.
Or universal when it comes to technology.
Oh no.
This.
I think if we look at
I'm getting a drink in the back.
Society, which has a lot of maybe the same ideas that you find in Ted Kaczynski,
so you could hear the geniuses. They're geniuses.
Academics, philosophers, and sociologists, whereas Kaczynski was writing explicitly for the general public. And he had a PhD in pure mathematics, so obviously he was familiar with conventions.
Yeah. We get it.
Academic
We
writing,
get it, nerd.
even at an extremely high level. But he chose to simplify his language
the entire
so that
time
it
we're
could be published
deviating,
in
coming up with
John and I are coming up with a plan in the
understand what he was talking about. But there's a lot of overlap between the ideas. So you find a more explicit reference to time and place, and particularly the idea of the kind of
start wrestling with our shirts off.
Look at this slam. Boom.
By the way, John thinks like he actually slammed me. John doesn't understand comedy.
We talked about this on the way over here, Joey.
John doesn't understand comedy. I was purposefully letting him throw me around like a rag doll.
It was really funny looking. So
it looks really funny. Like that's not. If I was actually like fighting back,
you could have kicked John's ass.
Wouldn't look like that. I could kick the shit out of John.
My
okay,
ass, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, you telling me I can't beat a man that looks like a testicle?
What an attack!
You know a lot about fucking testicles, Devan.
I know. That's why I love you so much, because I'm gay and you look like a ball sack. But let's check the video out more.
And the main point,
we're still wrestling.
I look shredded in this, by the way.
Shirts off wrestling.
About this is that
I'm trying so hard not to laugh. I just want
to.
They bring it up. They bring it up.
Time and place that humans do. And it's something of an illusion to misread our understanding of these things into technology. For example, the fifth characteristic of modern technique, which
Ben wanted this to happen, but at the same time, he's like, "God damn it!"
Yeah, Ben was also texting you throughout, going like, "God, these guys are really nice. Like, tell Joey not to be."
Yeah, he was like, "They're actually a lot nicer than I thought. Like, don't do this." But we did it.
Joey's like about to spit take here,
dude. I know. I actually keep laughing.
Always operating at the largest scope possible. And insofar as it seems to be Western, this is kind of a historical contingency, which,
with your big words,
as far as technique,
Western, we get it.
Is concerned, doesn't really apply to it. The idea that spreading modern technology to the rest of the world is a westernization, or that it's colonialism by other means, that's exactly what it will challenges, because the Western civilization itself is something which modern technology has to negate. And
a lot of people like this guy, and he's considered smart.
He's amazing.
Fact,
he's amazing.
You know, that one
he's
of the
great. I love him. It's great. It makes me want to listen to a lot of stuff.
Develop in the West was precisely because the moral and philosophical and religious ideals of Western civilization were roadblocks inhibiting it. For example, the mandate to not reduce people to instrumental objects.
If he's so smart, how come he gets haircuts with a bowl?
I don't know what's going on with that.
How come everyone that's so smart can't get a haircut?
Is he wearing a Batman shirt?
Are they are they incapable of getting haircuts? You go to the place, you go give me a 2 on the sides and a fucking and trim the top. Finger length the top. What is this? What is this hair? Why do geniuses not know that they look like shit?
I think it's because
if you're so smart, how come you don't know how bad you look?
I think he's so smart that he stops caring.
Yeah, that's a lot of geniuses.
That's my guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to defend him a little bit. I actually like that guy.
I like him too. I think he's a really smart guy, and that's why I'm wondering why smart people can't just put on a shirt.
To treat them as people, right, rather than things. You find that within Christianity, but also explicitly formulated in Kant's ethics, given a philosophical explanation of the highest standard of rationality. And this is something which modern technique found to be a problem because it has to turn all of us, even the seemingly most powerful, into.
Here's another thing. Like, he's very smart, but I guarantee if like we met this guy and we said like, "Hey, what's up?" to him, he'd be a little flustered.
Oh, that happens constantly throughout this show.
So if you're so smart, how come saying "what's up" flusters you?
Well, they lose the lower end. You know what I mean?
Well,
like they got the
if
higher
somebody
end.
can't respond to "what's up," it seems like you're dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be like, "What's up with string theory?" And then he'll be like, and then
But if I just go, "Hey, what's up, Chad?" He's like, "Oh."
Yeah. He's like smashing his head
I'm like,
on
well,
a
that's
window.
not an intelligent response to a very easy question. I said, "What's up?"
It's like social intelligence and emotional intelligence is missing, probably.
Yeah.
I care
Goes out
about
the
I care
window.
about social more. I'm a fan of social intelligence more
It's nice.
because it's what we all have to deal with. Okay, let's not act like there's not people that are already above you that make everything.
Well, we
What
don't
are you-
need
what
these
are you
people to
doing?
socialize. Just put them in a hole.
Yeah,
things.
just build shit.
Yeah.
Stop talking.
Yeah.
Just build it and shut the fuck up. Genius. Oh, you're so smart, but like saying hello flusters you. Sounds like a retard to me.
Instruments and objects. So
Right, yeah.
you will notice
That's another
that
thing. They use big words like objects.
These words, these words.
These words. Wow. What a
Kidding,
callback.
Chad Haig. And then I think I started playing with a sword at one point in Joey's background. Joey had a samurai
It's
sword.
also,
and
I think, in
thought
terms
it'd be
of
funny to
choices
play
that we
with.
make too. So, for example, I think that there is something that brings Joey and his friends over there
Here we go, he
to
mentions it.
engage in sexy wrestling
Damn
play
right. It
was very
in the
sexy.
background.
Of course it was sexy.
It was
They,
extremely sexy.
they were
You got
distracted.
one thing
They were
right.
distracted by it because of how sexy it was.
Yeah.
Obviously.
While Ben looks on with a little glimpse of satisfaction in his eyes, like Gendo Ikari
Oh, Joey's
watching
gearing up.
Shinji
You
get
can see
into
Joey
the Gundam for
gearing
the
up
first
for
fucking
something
time.
here.
So I think that there.
I love you guys.
I love
so
you.
much.
I love you.
It's
So
honestly, it's one of my biggest pet peeves when somebody cuts me off. So I hate to switch to you guys.
go for it.
Ben's
And then I
dying.
don't know what's so.
Chad is rolling his eyes. He doesn't know what's happening.
That funny. And so, but if we could not, could we edit that out where my friend? I don't do it. Can you relax, please? There's like, I don't know. Yes. I mean, there's a.
I think this is live.
This is completely.
live.
Yes, this is
Yeah.
all the way live.
I'm sorry. What did we do? The wrestling stuff, and then also it's like I don't know. There's like two literal geniuses on this thing.
Devin was playing with a sword.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Like
Yeah, Ben mentions the sword
let's take a
thing.
step back.
It was a little tussle. It was just a fight.
Yeah, let's take it. This is probably one of the strangest streams that I've ever done before. Because on one hand, like cross this way, you have two absolute geniuses, and then you have the merry pranksters over here, Joey
merry
and Ben,
pranksters. I like
on
that,
the
Lev.
side. But
Everyone check out Lev Polyakov, breaktherules.tv.
I want to
You can
find.
watch the whole live stream if you want. We really had a tremendous lack of respect for it.
I want to find a way that we could actually have the
He's either,
two.
like, a real math genius, or they're just saying that because he's Asian. I don't.
Joey loves
Devin Costa, by the way. I think
Hey, Devin, we were talking on Facebook before. I wanted you to come
Yes.
on BTR, and here you
a
are.
long time ago. I know. I don't know. I'm sorry, but I heard your name and it was familiar to me. So it's nice to see you. You guys,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
want to interrupt
Nice to see you,
conversation,
too.
But, I'll talk to you later. I'm sorry. Sorry. We had a bet and I lost and he won and he needed to wrestle me naked.
We're trying to level out the IQ.
I don't know
That
what's
really-
going on because Joey loves Ted Kaczynski. Joey's made us.
That was our main goal. We were trying to level out the intelligence.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you can't just be showboating. These guys were hot dogging it, these nerds.
Yeah, they were.
They were just like through the legs with the different words and theories, and it's like enough already.
No,
You know, it's like if you care so much, go work for the government. Fucking, you're just behind a camera on a stupid live stream. You're not changing the world. Fucking get to it.
it's kind of silly.
It's he's bloated bloviating.
It really is a little silly.
You're just bloviating all day behind a camera in your fucking apartment. It's like, what are you actually doing for the world? Yeah, we get it. You're smart. Why don't you go fucking why don't you go fix cancer? How about that?
They get semi-obnoxious at
fix cancer.
Brian is actually, he was down to earth and humble, and his whole thing, he was like a math Olympian. There's the math Olympics.
I couldn't find that. You made some jokes about him at the end. You said he made COVID and stuff with math.
I said, did you have to use complicated math when you invented COVID-19?
That's really
Joey got oddly racial.
That was very good. Let's see what this is. I pulled up a couple clips.
I think there was something funny.
Oh, this is me. I play with the sword. I play with the sword here.
Ted Kaczynski makes this observation. Is he talking about, when he's talking about basically this increasing push towards uniform
this is what needs to happen more often.
Kind of like denaturing.
Look at the geniuses. They don't understand the merry pranksters.
People, right?
Playing with a sword.
That's something that is,
it's a fun time. And then at one point, Joey starts flexing. He just gets bored.
Well, the chat started calling him fat.
They started calling him fat.
I was like, show him what's up, Joe.
Well, one of the great bits is, maybe this should go first.
Listen, I think you're flexing.
Wow.
You flex
Holy shit. You are like an evil math genius.
I did purple once, and people thought it was like 35. It was
look, Joey, you can flex all you want. Nothing's going to be more impressive than Brian's age.
By the way, I completely
I don't know.
forgot.
I think his physique is better than mine.
I completely forgot I was on the show.
Well, speaking of these friend groups, can you just to take a step back here, because I think this is the silver lining in this technosphere we're in right now. Like Ben.
Oh yeah, the guy. He thought he met this. Lev thought he met me at Skankfest.
Yeah, that was weird.
Which is strange. I think
Devan
that
Costa
clip.
over there in the back. Like, you guys found each other through the comedy space. That was like a way for you to make some friends. I mean, obviously through Tim Dillon as well, and through like Joe Rogan's network and all that. And I found a similar sense of friendship in Skankfest, which I attended back when it was in New York City several times. And Devan, I think that's when we first met, right? Like, we first met at Skankfest.
No, I've never been to Skankfest. If you ever met me at Skankfest, that's an imposter. That's
okay. All right, I take that back. But I met this.
I've never been to Skankfest. I don't have a wheelchair.
As soon as he gets a cleft palate, he's going to be there.
My face burns off.
His face burns off.
Wait,
yeah. All serious, I haven't met you, man.
Okay, it was just through the internet. I'm having false implanted memories just because I remember meeting a lot of great people who are in comedy and that kind of environment. But
you have a lot of false memories?
I have a lot of dreams that I sometimes get confused.
What are we talking about here? I mean, the guy thought he met me. I never met Lev. I haven't met Lev yet.
He either was trying to sound cool and be like, I know comedians, and I'm trying to make
I should just let it happen. I just can't let anyone.
That would have been so weird if you pretended that you met.
I have self-respect. I can't let anyone think they saw me at Skankfest 4 years
ago. Or
the
other option,
like I was wandering around like a rabid dog.
Well, we do have like a theory that there's like a Devan Costa every 100 yards.
There are a ton of Devons out there.
Yeah.
But I'm the only one. He might just have actual false memories, which would be even weirder.
Yeah.
Could be Manchurian Candidate.
I don't know, but it was strange.
It was strange.
But go to 33 minutes.
Seriously, like I recorded about like
there's this is when I start explaining
2017. I have like an entire diary full of these things. Like I keep revisiting the same places over and over.
Okay.
Victim, and so I think his lawyer's kind of screwed.
I'll go back a little bit because Ben makes me talk about Ted.
We had a bet and I lost.
Here we go. You start going off on Ted Kaczynski. If anyone knows the Hate Watch Pod, they know that Joey's hero is Joey's Kobe is Ted Kaczynski.
Ted Kaczynski. Joey's made a sketch about Ted Kaczynski. I don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah.
You should talk about Ted.
Sure.
You made a very funny sketch about Ted.
Sure, absolutely. So. My thing with Ted Kaczynski,
I mean, you can see Bryant in the lower right-hand corner, the Asian math whiz. He's just turning us all into an equation in his mind.
This thing's flying past him.
He just sees the dimensions of our bodies, and he's like, that's like 18-inch diameter, not a 25-inch, width, and You know, if I
At one
put that
point,
together, they'll become a bomb.
At one point, I just go 192 times 568. Go.
And he got it?
No, I stumped him.
You stumped him. You couldn't figure that out?
I wanted to grill him on it even harder, but he was like, he did something where it's like, oh, I can't even remember what numbers you said. And I'm like, I'll just bail him out.
Yeah.
I was hoping that he would be able to
That'd be
do
so
it.
sick.
Couldn't remember the numbers. Such a genius. Can't remember the numbers. Sad. I could.
There's way too much focus on the things that he
Bryant.
allegedly did
Chow.
with
the
hardware that he developed and possibly put into the mail and stuff like that.
By the way,
hardware.
just real quick, these guys were great sports. They were all great sports. They were they were good.
This is me saying that people focus on Ted Kaczynski's bombs too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you went into it. You acted like you never knew he even sent bombs in.
Yeah, my goof was that I'm a big fan of his men's rights activism,
Yes.
and I wasn't aware that he made bombs.
You had no clue that the bombs are an afterthought. You were just like, no, he's just trying to get men to stand up for themselves.
And then after finding out that he made bombs, I'm like, guys, can we just not talk about the bombs?
Yeah, enough of the bombs, guys. That's those are rumors.
Yeah.
Not quite sure if they even have enough evidence to convict him. You know, and so I think his lawyers kind of screwed him in many senses.
Yeah, he's screwed by his lawyers.
He was screwed by his lawyers, Kaczynski.
They're real shitty lawyers.
His lawyers are assholes, dude.
More so, what I think about is the fact that he was a
Look at
naked
Lev.
guy, and he had a great body. He was an ectomorph. His body type, he was slim and he was long. And he had.
Is this where you say that he would, if Ted used his fists, a lot more would be dead?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think so.
That's one of the best quotes I've ever heard. If Ted Kaczynski used his fist, there'd be a lot more dead.
Abs, and nobody ever talks about how hot he was, you know. And the guy had big old traps on him, and he was out hiking and clearing trails, and he was a hardworking, honest to goodness guy that it's sad as hell what
honest to goodness guy.
I mean, I find similar things, by the way.
And
people
they
who live.
have to respond normally.
Yeah. No, this guy keeps trying to
being like, very good point there, Joy.
Yeah, he's
excellent point, bro.
He's doing like insane mental gymnastics to try to spin the insanely dumb shit that I'm saying into like how it might be intellectual.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful.
In the British Empire, who went to live in like South Africa or different places like in India, for example, they seem to have a glow about them, right? Like Chad, I don't know if you've experienced the same thing with yourself going from the United States to India, but I think even though I think Joey tried to make that into
he lives in India, Chad.
Yeah.
How is his roof not made of snakes? How does he have a drywall roof? I don't get it.
Joke. I think there is actually a lot of legitimacy to what Joey said about
right.
Kaczynski.
He's doing it.
There's a lot of legitimacy.
A lot of legitimacy to what Joey LaFleur says.
This guy's doing karate.
So were your experience is the same, like when you moved to to India from the United States?
Skip ahead. He goes on a lot about food in India.
Go to when Joey's showing pictures of him.
He talks.
I don't know.
No. I'm talking about just like a couple of minutes. He's talking about how in India they have food. Go back a little bit. Yeah.
Really compensate for the loss of flavor. A lot of these packaged processed foods in America, they say that if they weren't super sweet, you wouldn't even be able to eat them because the actual taste of the materials would be so terrible.
Good point, Chad. Good point.
I do have something on this, and I'm
How come you can't find a Supercuts?
Flippantly here because this is something that I've thought about a lot. And I agree with you 100%. Where the bread is empty calories, and Ted Kaczynski would eat 10 grams of protein per pound of body weight. And that's part of the reason that he got so jacked.
We're just obsessed with Ted Kaczynski being jacked. You just treat him like a bodybuilder. That's your whole main point. You're on this live stream to talk about Ted Kaczynski's traps.
I think he's a famous bodybuilder. Yeah.
You literally don't even know anything about the bombs.
No, I think he's like a model.
You're just like, he was a model. He was a model.
And a guy that was eating these new American foods that are, sort of worthless nutritionally.
Look at Ben. Ben is dying.
And he would focus on lean meat, chicken. He would eat a ton of salmon that he caught himself, by the way, which people don't talk about.
They never talk about how Ted did his own fishing. So what? He blew up a couple secretaries. He decapitated a couple secretaries.
He was a great fisherman.
He was a fisherman. He hunted.
He was a fisherman at heart.
He chopped his own wood. That's what really gets lost in the Ted Kaczynski narrative is that he chopped his own wood, folks.
Exactly.
He would build his body up to a point where he had strength.
Look at Ben.
Aesthetically, he looked perfect, but it was functional strength.
Functional strength.
And so that's why I hate. That's why I hate when people go on about the bomb stuff, because the guy was
the bomb stuff
as well. And nobody, I swear to God, no one ever talks about that.
You're saying he could have done what he did with just his bare hands?
Oh God! Thank God he chose to use bombs, because a lot more people would have been dead if he went out there with his fist.
I love you so much. I love you so much. Oh, I love you. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. A lot more people would have been dead if he used his fists. Has anyone ever had that narrative on Ted Kaczynski before?
No, I mean, how could they? It's a really weird thing.
No,
to
you
say.
you have to be you have to be deranged.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Hey, Brian loves it.
It's beautiful. Yeah, Brian was like a big fan.
Yeah.
Brian loved you.
He was laughing a bunch.
And you made a bunch of like racist COVID jokes to Brian.
I said a bunch. I kept confusing him for different types of Asians.
Yeah, you said Japanese, Korean, and Chinese. You prepared all day with me. You were like, you told me like in the first 20 minutes I'm going to say he's like Chinese. The last 40 I'm going to say he's Japanese, and then the last half he'll be Korean.
Yeah, he said. So I
really.
I accused him of
really
engineering.
Wild.
I accused him of engineering COVID-19 in China. Then he said something. He said something really humble.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
He said something really humble, and I was like, "See, that's why I love Japanese people. They're so humble. They're so honorable."
Yeah.
And then,
it's funny to be racist in a complimentary way.
Yeah. And
like you keep trying to compliment them, but you keep getting their who they are wrong.
There was a Korean one too that I can't remember. I think it was like a Squid Games or something. I was like, "You guys think you're the king of pop culture just because you made Squid Games? I mean, you got one show."
That was great.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, it was a fun time. We had a fun time. John and I got to wrestle shirtless. I pulled the sword out. You were going crazy. It was a good time. Everyone check out BreakTheRules.tv to watch the full stream.
This is just a small part of it.
I find it well worth it.
The one other funny part is at 1 hour 47 minutes. If we want to watch.
Jesus, you really did your homework, pal. 1 hour and 47 minutes.
I'm trying to get a real Brian Chow right now, dude.
Yeah, I just trying to, it's kind of a slam dunk when you don't have to come up with new material. We're basically just like, hey, I already did a funny thing.
Yeah, right. We're just kind of like recapping a thing, but it's worth doing, man.
Yeah.
This was so funny.
Lower abs are.
And here we get the conversion.
What is this? You're talking about abs again?
We get back on.
Appreciate you fucking.
Is around because he's insecure. Joey's deflecting because he's insecure about his intellect. Frankly, he hasn't. I
have a small.
By the way, Ben, talking like you.
What do you mean?
You're very influential.
What do you mean talking like me?
You go, quite frankly.
Oh, yeah.
People copy you all the time.
Yeah.
I do. Ben does. We all copy you.
I mean, I think friends just do that to each other.
Well, for sure.
It's a social thing.
But I'm just saying, it's very funny. You're for being a brutal drunk. You're very influential.
I mean, that's a bit much.
A lot of really influential brutal drunks.
There's a lot of great brutal drunks. You should start writing.
Winston Churchill. Very influential.
You need to write a book.
Okay.
Imagine
Faulkner.
Joey's book. Joey's like Bukowski level
He's
book.
like, buddy. buddy. I love Kaczynski, pal.
Hey, I have a small drunken brain.
No, I mean that's why Joey. You see, he has to work out. He has to have muscles. He has to wave katanas around.
I just made fun of Ben. Ben was in the middle of telling something about like Joseph Campbell or something.
Who's the guy that invented Mormonism?
No.
Who's Joseph Campbell?
He wrote like the hero's journey, and he's like he's obsessed with storytelling. And Ben really likes him.
How about all these guys come? How about you just come once and then you stop talking about your stupid shit?
I agree.
But so enough of your theories.
But so in the
enough
middle,
of your theories.
in the
just
middle,
fucking have ass sex. How about that? How about you fuck a woman in the ass once and you realize that you don't need any more theories on life?
So in the middle of him talking about Joseph Campbell, I said something like, "Hey Ben, later tonight when I'm trying to go to sleep, could you call me and just repeat exactly what you're saying right now?" And so Ben is now attacking me back. That's why he's being rude.
That's the context here. All right.
Because mind is he has to make up for it in other.
I'm making up for my.
Meanwhile, I can't even do a few.
No, you know what? Joey may have a weak mind, but Joey has a big heart. Joey has a strong heart.
Lev's a great guy. Love Lev for saying that. But I don't like that he said you have a small mind.
What do you like him for?
I like that he appreciates us and that he let this happen. He let it happen. He didn't get all weird. We talked to him after the live stream ended. He was a nice guy.
I like all these guys, to be honest.
They're all great.
I just told Joey his heart's big because of the HGH.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Joey's heart is big because of all the steroids.
You guys are extremely smart.
Well, Joey is juicing, by the way. It's not even. It's completely artificial.
Also, everyone's so late. They're all so late to the program with that. You haven't
the steroids?
You haven't juiced in fucking 8 months.
Been a while.
I don't know about it. It might be longer. I actually can't
About
remember.
a year. I think you
I
stopped doing steroids like a year ago.
I was doing such a small amount of TRT, I realized that it wasn't enough. I would either have to do a lot more.
No.
I mean, you were shredded.
You were the only person I knew.
I had a perfect diet, and I was lifting.
You were doing
all the time.
You were doing steroids before that. You were doing steroids, and you were doing steroids to eat breakfast burritos.
And I was doing steroids and not lifting weights.
You weren't doing anything. You were just on steroids and also eating.
It's because my friend messaged me and was like, "Hey, dude, I just started doing TRT. It's fucking awesome." And I'm like, "Why? What are you talking about? Are you like going to the gym?" He's like, "No, it just makes me feel like more energized and I just feel good." So then I just started doing it. And then finally, like 6 months later, I started lifting and I got semi-jacked for a little bit.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what Ben's talking about.
All right.
How sad is it that this man's juicing? It barely looks like he works out, by the way.
I'm actually. So I can bench over 375 pounds.
Can you? You can bench?
No.
That's like a lot.
I think I benched 315 at like 3 reps. It was my max bench ever. I haven't lifted weights in fucking 6 months or so.
You got to do resistance training, Joey. I mean, it's Andrew Huberman. They all talk.
I'll get on Huberman's program.
Incel lookalikes kind of cracking up about my strength.
Incel lookalikes.
I work hard on my strength, and I don't like you guys making light of it.
Joey, frankly, I think you're jealous of the fact that I look a little bit like Ted Kaczynski, who you were complimenting as this sort of Greek god-looking guy earlier.
You're the one calling him the Ubermensch and talking about how hot his lower abs are.
And here we get the convergence.
You're Googling
we
photos.
Get back on top.
Joey's gay bash is not going over well.
There's a lot of things that miss.
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys. Why don't we fucking wrap this up? Because this show, I'm not Ben Avery. I'm not a podcast producer, but I listen. To know that the podcast
shit on him.
And it's not a great show.
It's not a great show.
And so let me do my plugs. And Chad and Bryant, by the way, I would like to apologize for Lev. I don't know why he thought your time was best spent on something like this. When you have these great genius minds, you can be solving problems. You could be, doing all kinds of creative, interesting things.
I don't know what either.
Lev put a fake bookcase behind him because he's trying to.
You say that the host of the show is faking being a reader?
Yeah,
That he put a fake bookcase.
Yeah, he's like
behind.
fake smart, and the other guys are. Yeah,
like he's got a big poster.
yeah.
Oh, you can even hear me and John dying.
Chad is like obviously a genius. Brian is too, and we're sitting here. Lev can't shut up about fucking Ted Kaczynski's upper body.
You just gaslight everybody.
But no, if I could just do like a final closing thing, and I'll let you guys get back to doing.
See, they realize I'm trolling at this point.
Yeah, they get it. They finally get it. An hour and 45 minutes in.
Oh wait, go back. I think I talked over a good one.
Guys do watching furry porn.
These are the guys. If you think of furry porn, like these are the faces I imagine.
No, just like a weird, like kind of quirky little tip. If you mix aluminum with rust.
All right, I'm gonna have to mute you now. This has got far now.
He
muted me 100 times.
Yeah, because you were about to fucking give the ingredients to make a bomb.
Well, yeah. Throughout the podcast, John kept feeding me bomb recipes. And so I would pepper them in. John would be like, dude, like fucking aluminum and rust. And then I would... and then I would say... And I kept trying to educate the listeners on how to make bombs.
Right. Okay, all right. Let's see if anyone...
But I don't want my channel to be taken down by this fucking stream today.
It will burn through an inch.
He doesn't StreamYard have the ability to permanently mute. Like, I don't understand it. What's the point of the mute button when somebody can just unmute it? Anyway.
A bunch of match heads in a tennis.
All right, so Brian,
you unmuted again. You keep unmuting him.
Yeah.
Brian, plug whatever you want to plug. Any final thoughts on the spiritual stuff? Whatever you want to say. Now is the time to say it, and let us know about the AI project once again that you're working on.
Yeah, sure. You can find all the reporting at Cactus.
Do you say anything else after this, Jay?
I can't remember.
If
They do their plugs.
I think there was one more funny thing.
You'll see Joey get animated in the little preview.
Just check out the. Oh, here you're talking here.
That was
no. It's actually
that was the COVID thing. Go back.
Like the actual answer is that like live human. It's favorable that they.
Like, I don't understand it. What's the point of the mute button when somebody can just unmute it? Anyway.
In terms of neutral institutions, in terms of people who are already kind of
you interrupt him. You say
I think so.
You say
something crazy here?
Neutral. I think it's favorable that they have that they have an option, right? And I just want to make sure that that's there. With regards to the spiritual stuff, I think the stream has actually been pretty important in terms of
this stream has been important. He's saying
that's been very important.
Really regret being here. I think
this stream changed the world.
Having these jokes, having this like very kind of live human experience, that has to happen.
Did it take a lot of complicated math when you invented COVID-19?
that was
it's actually very.
A very important human experience.
Genetically engineering viruses in terms of like the technology that already exists. It's actually
he laughed, right, Brian?
Yeah, he thought it was funny.
He keeps laughing too. He laughs like even more.
Thank Christ he laughed. Jesus Christ, that could have gone sideways.
Well, I was reading the room. Like he was laughing at all kinds of edgy stuff, and his whole thing is that he's working on AI, non-politically biased AI. Mm-hmm. So like Chat GPT, if you ask it like,
oh, it's actually very helpful. Non-politically biased AI.
What do you mean?
Because it all feels very politically biased now.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No. So exactly. It's like if you ask Chat GPT or whatever to tell me a joke about Jews or something, it won't do it. But then it's like if you say, tell me a joke about Christians, it will do a joke.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah. So he's trying to do some kind of neutral AI.
Okay. Well, that was great. check out breaktherules.tv to watch the full live stream. It was a very fun time sitting in the background as Joey just fully trolled an intellectual live stream.
Yeah. It was fun. Ben knew what he was doing.
Ben is the Joker. He knows what he's doing. He always knows what he's doing.
He's a honkler. He's a
real honkler.
He's a honkler. He didn't have you on for no reason. He didn't be like, hey, have Joey on, and Joey won't do anything.
No, he brought me there to ruin their show. And I don't know if he wants me saying that, but it's what he was doing. It's very obvious to me.
Oh, yeah. That's great. Have you, oh, my God. I almost did an hour already. Jesus. Have you guys seen this, the Tesla road rage?
Oh, I fucking love this guy.
Bro, there's this guy, folks, in a Tesla in LA, like right by where I live, like right around us all the time. They haven't caught him yet. It's been a month. He's a fucking maniac. He's driving his Tesla on the freeway, and anyone that honks at him, or sometimes you don't even have to do anything, he gets out of his car in the middle of traffic and he bashes your car up with like a pipe, and he screams at you and says he's going to kill you. Have you seen this guy, Joey?
I don't think so.
This guy's God.
Nuts, dude.
I love the sounds of it.
He's falling down, dude.
Check out the Tesla Road Rager, my friend. Unbelievable.
He dresses like a guy who...
He looks like Kaczynski.
Why are we on the dance floor?
He dresses like Zelensky.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Zelensky, was he wearing a little polo shirt?
Dance? I don't know. But no, not a stranger. That's how you would dance with your significant other.
This guy right there.
Coming up next, Sam Smith.
Just hit a car.
Guess who's coming to town?
Yeah, he keeps hitting cars in his Tesla.
Yeah, he hits them. He just hits them because he thinks I think he thinks Teslas are just like special cars that can just like bump.
They have really good safety ratings.
Are there multiple videos of this guy?
Yeah. He's in like 5 different road rage.
I love that.
Incidents, and he's still not caught.
He's like very dangerous.
Sam
He's a feral man.
In August, tickets are there.
Go to squeezed.com juice cleanses. You can make them spicy.
Which car is it?
Plus, if you order
This car.
now before
Oh,
1
shit.
p.m., you
He
get
hit
them
his
at
car.
8 p.m. Yeah, same day delivery.
I like this guy in the big tough truck being a massive pussy about the Tesla.
Squeezed.com. Were you fired from your job?
Yeah. By the way, what type of car is that, John? It's
got to be some sort of big pickup truck or something. He's got a big
right?
shaker hood on it or
And
something.
Chesley, you need to know your rights.
Siri, call 911.
Group for a free
Siri refuses to call 911 in this, by the way.
Look at him.
Oh, hell yeah. He's like, I'm going to crash into you, and then I'm going to fucking attack you.
Yeah.
I kind of love this guy.
I would have rear-ended his fucking car.
Oh, yeah.
1049.
He's really
Siri, call 911.
Acceleration is
Employee rights.
remarkable, yeah, I have to say.
Oh, on the Tesla, it's instant. It's
Well,
instantaneous.
Teslas can go. You can go up a hill and you can go the same speed you would be going on any surface.
Wow.
Because of the electricity.
Look at that.
Best of the Southland by LA Times readers.
Isn't that crazy? And so he's been involved in tons.
How are there multiple videos?
Because he keeps assaulting
Because
people.
he can't stop assaulting people. He keeps pulling. He's on the same freeway like every time.
Well, the crazy thing is, imagine the people who don't have cameras.
He's on the 2.
Right.
Yeah.
He must be doing this way more.
Yeah.
He's on the 2, like right by my house.
Yeah.
We saw the
Here
shocking
we go.
dash
Are we gonna
cam
get
video of
fucking-
a man running a driver
What?
off the 2
Because we're on
freeway and then
ABC
attacking
or
his
No, you're allowed to
car.
watch
All
the
right,
whole
good.
Now we're learning they weren't the only
Shut
ones.
up.
You have your own vape, you fucking...
No, I
live with
don't.
new details. Christian.
What are you talking about? I fucking do your shit.
Colleen, David, who among us have not dealt with our fair share of road rage in this town, right? But this is something else entirely. In the past 24 hours since airing this video of a man swinging at a driver's vehicle
Hell
on the 2
yeah.
freeway.
Look at him.
ABC7 has heard from
Look at him.
several
Imagine
others
this guy
who say the
running out
same
of his
thing happened
Tesla.
to them by the same person.
It was just so random.
This guy kicks ass.
Who is
No,
that
he
is the
won't
question
be
that seems
caught.
to
He
be
like
another
can't be
police department.
caught. He's been around for months. They can't.
He's a bad boy.
They can't catch him.
The 2 women who
He's a
spoke
simple
with
bad boy.
It looks like he's at an MMA gym every fucking day.
Joey, it's fucking Mustang Sally from The Sopranos, just in a Tesla.
storage facility in Atwater Village 2 months ago and said when she turned a corner, the man got out of his car unprovoked and harassed her.
Oh, this is him at a storage.
She started recording.
Yeah, storage place.
Better go outside of Cali where you came from.
Yeah, I know where I'm from. I'm born and raised in LA.
After the video, she told us
you went from Cali.
storage facility management, then tried to move on with her day.
I ended up leaving, and at the red light, he comes after me. He literally comes after me. And
Literally,
follows me
barely.
out.
Literally, barely, like
I'm
technically
driving,
came
which has
after
been a
me,
more typical
basically.
encounter from reaching out of his vehicle towards another on side streets in Pasadena.
Did he just fucking like slap the mirror?
Yeah, he just hit the mirror.
Getting out of the same charcoal Tesla with no plates on the freeway.
We gotta look for this guy.
Oh, dude, he just finds problems. He's just looking for a problem.
Let's go look for him after this.
I love him.
Let's go hunt him down.
We'll hunt him down after this.
We'll get a posse
I
together.
love a guy looking for a problem.
He's such an aggressive driver.
He's got the
Look
pipe.
at that. Bashes you. He bashes your fucking front light out.
His fate with road rage was following the driver.
Look at him run.
Look at him. He's chasing cars all over the freeway.
It was taking forever to merge, and I just honked.
Layla is that someone else. You
He's
can
trying
see
to
her
break the
swerve.
mold of what people think Tesla owners are. They think
Yeah.
they think Tesla owners are cucks, and he's trying to break that.
You think he's like really insecure about owning an
I
electric
think he's
car?
insecure about owning an electric car. This is electric vehicle insecurity.
There's also something wrong with his brain.
And he's also got mental he's also got mental damage, like John just said.
Exit in this video before he jumps out of his car and runs.
Look at him
towards
just hitting cars. All he does is hit cars.
He's like the fucking predator.
And pull me out.
He's maybe my
The
favorite
same
person
metal
ever.
pipe that hit
This guy needs to fight Gregory.
Took a long time to
Yeah, and Gregory just like summons a tsunami to kill him.
We need to make a mural of this guy.
2 years ago, I brought a new car that was economical for me, and I don't know what I'm going to do.
Oh, shut
Shut up.
Call your insurance and you handle it.
I was waiting for him to jump out of his car and bash this news anchor in the head with his pipe.
Is that it? Fuck, I thought I had more road rage.
Did they catch him yet? Is there news?
No,
It's
bro.
been a while.
Tesla road rage caught.
Yeah, there's a lot of these that are just because I guess Tesla's have a ton of cameras on them, so there's like a lot of these.
Oh, there's
that
a
are just-
million cameras
Yeah,
on
there's
them.
just a lot of them are just random people.
Don't
No.
they have his license plate?
No, he's got that cover on it.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
So, like, I
he
think they're-
covers it. He's a genius.
Yeah, he's got this like they
He's
put
a
these
genius.
plexiglass or something covers on their license plates so they could use the fucking fast pass lane to like get tickets.
I didn't know he was a genius. I just thought he was
Yeah.
really cool and tough.
Oh, he's really cool and tough, and he's also smarter than everybody.
He's the smartest guy.
He's also the smartest guy alive.
I love this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we head to the Patreon?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Or head, whichever one of these is a Patreon, we'll find out. But we should head to the next episode. Patreon.com/HateWatchPodcast. Check us out. You could watch the episode where we try to reprimand Joey for calling in a bomb threat to a law office.
I seamlessly defend myself, and I kind of end up owning everybody.
He kind of ends up dominating.
You really owned
You
us.
end the episode thinking it would be like a really wise idea for us to post the episode, and
We're kind of bowing to his intellect by the end of the episode.
by the end of
We're
the
all just kinda
episode, it's
sitting there
us
going,
just
wow,
like
Joey.
kissing his feet.
Joey, I'm
and
so sorry.
Be like, you're actually right. You're
Bomb
smarter than
threats are
us.
okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So check that out. There's some really great stuff on there. We watched the Whitakers from Soft White Underbelly on there. Ray, our favorite person, Ray from the Whitaker family.
I love Ray. Yeah,
Barks
Ray's
like a dog.
amazing.
Ray is just like.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish everyone in my life barked.
That would be nice.
Wouldn't it be nice?
It's sweet. Yeah, it's kind of adorable.
Imagine getting a phone call from me and I'm just like.
That's kind of like all the phone calls I get from you anyways.
You have to like figure it out. What'd you say, John? What'd you say,
Nothing.
John?
I can't repeat the joke.
What'd you say?
It's bullshit.
Repeat it.
No.
Repeat it, scumbag. Anyway, check us out, patreon.com/HateWatchPodcast. Thank you for listening. Check out BreakTheRules.tv because I think that live stream is very funny and you should check it out. And, obviously, we basically showed you the highlights, so maybe don't check it out.
It was good. There's more. There's more on
Check out the Patreon though, and check out the archives. On we're being posted on a new channel now because we've been stifled. But if you go to Devan Costa, the channel that we used to post all the episodes on, the archives, I created like a classic episodes playlist, episodes that I thought were some of the best. And also, you know, you could also just start from the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
That channel's currently banned.
Yeah.
Fuck off, really? The whole channel?
For 3 months.
From posting.
That's why we moved to a new channel.
Yeah.
But check it out. God bless you, John. Anything to say? You want to tell anybody where to get PrEP or how to?
You can go down to CVS if you have a PrEP prescription. You can get your HIV pills, and you know.
Of course, you know that.
Yeah. You want to tell anybody about the glory holes around town? You know.
No, I don't, because I don't do any of that. I've never done anything like that. Okay.
It's always so funny when Devan tries to pretend like he didn't always be at a glory hole. Like
suck off, dudes.
Yeah, it would seem like every night we'd find him at a glory hole.
Mm-hmm. Cummy.
Drenched in cum.
I only do it because I want attention.
The guy is gay for attention.
I'm just so gay. I want the attention. When the cops show up with those lights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're going over the stall.
Mr. Popularity over here at the glory hole.
Makes me feel like I'm at the Oscars.
You're like, oh really?
Oh, it's Piggy again.
When those red and blue lights start flashing and they put a spotlight on you from the helicopter, I feel like I'm at at the Oscars.
Devan's acting all cool. He's like, hey. He goes, guys, really? Like you again? Like you want to hang out again?
it's like fucking World War Z. It's like World War Z. All the zombies running, just crowds of truckers, sucking them all off.
I don't have time to hang out again to the LAPD. I go, guys, not again.
You guys seem like really nice guys to me, but I just can't do it tonight.
I'm really tired. I have a migraine.
All right. God bless. Thank you.